People think abundance is Rolls Royce. I mean, that could be an expression of abundance. Abundance means you are living your truth and doing what you care to do. Honestly, you will be joyful. You may not be a millionaire, you will be so joyful. You're doing what you hear. There's abundance, and the universe will take care of you. People get really suffering, they can't survive because they're not doing what the universe wants them. If you're doing what the universe told you, you're born to do, you will be taken care of. You may not be a millionaire, but you have shelter. And with him making art, he could be really rich actually, not just surviving. You too, if you can find some work in this field, you could make. People think, I have to get a job. That's not abundance, that's slavery. Honestly, I'm not gonna bullshit you. That's slavery. You're helping them develop their own dream. They're doing what they want to do, and you just there getting paid shit. Even if unless it's $1 million, it's still shit because they're paying you for what you don't want to do, wasting your time. So the more you do what your heart says, even though it might be scary, like me being a spiritual teacher, like I don't have a lot of money, but I'm always taken care of. No matter what, I'm always taken care of. Whenever I need something, that appears, because I'm doing what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? Universe says, oh, Oluwa is teaching. Thank goodness. Let's support him. Let's make sure he has enough students. Let's make sure he has money. The universe wants you to be doing it. Like if I don't have food and I lose housing, how am I going to be able to teach? The universe say, you got to make sure he has a lot of money so that he can pay his bills, pay his rent, fix his credit, whatever. You just got to support him. Because when people get frustration, what happens? They quit. The universe doesn't want you to quit. So the universe will always make sure that you provided for. But it's scary. Sometimes I'm thinking, even me, I'm like, maybe I should go get a professional stuff. But every time I think that, I'm like, bullshit. Because I know in my heart, that's not my path. My path is to teach and play music and travel the world. I know it. Teach, because I need to see many people. Same thing, so I have to travel a lot. Like a global teacher. That's what I'm destined to be, like a global teacher. That means a lot of traveling. So anyway, so for you, and I cannot interfere in your freedom. I will not. I refuse to. But I'm telling you heart to heart tonight. Try it. Try making a list today, or tonight or tomorrow, how different kind of healing arts you can get into. You'll see. You'll be guided. You'll see. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. How opportunities start happening for your doors begin to open. You'll see. Don't believe anything I say. I don't like believers. You try this. Just like you in your artwork, making movies, whatever you're gonna do visually, you just find doors are opening. Like, what the fuck? Who would have thought? Because you're going in the right direction. You could be a famous, either I can't really get the very one, otherwise I would have told you. Maybe I'm not being told to do it so that you can do the work to figure it out. But there's a kind of healing way for you to express healing energy. You will make money. You will be very successful. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, people are paying me for this. I can't believe it. You'll be like that. People are paying me for this. It's because it comes so natural. And the foundations will support you. You'll get grants. Any other question right now? Anything more about abundance? Abundance doesn't mean that you're like a millionaire. You could be a millionaire. It just means you're taken care of. You're abundant. Everything you need. Abundance means everything you need comes at the right moment. What's better than that? What's better? Okay, one has like $1 billion, but you need something that's not coming to you. You know how frustrating that is for a billionaire? He has $1 billion and he needs his yacht. And somehow, but with abundance, whatever you need will appear to you just naturally. You may have to go buy it or talk to her or eat. It will come naturally. That's abundance. But people don't realize the connection, so they forget. They're like, oh, that was just luck. No, that was universe saying, good job.
Do you remember that Vadim, and I was telling this to my friend yesterday, that Vadim says that if you're doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing and that brings you that joy and that inner peace, the money comes as a byproduct of that,
Absolutely.
Or the in-kind things. Like, you don't need. That's not your worry. Your worry is not to do things for the money. Your worry is, your focus is to be doing the things that you need to be doing, and then the money is a byproduct of that.
Wealth will come from it. You can't even help it. It doesn't mean you're going to be a billionaire with wealth, but wealth means whatever you need comes to you every moment. If you really need a yacht, nobody really needs. If you really need it, somewhere to come. If you need like 5 cars, it will come. 2 cars, it will come. If you don't need it, then you don't get it. But once you need a car, somehow you need a car suddenly. Somehow somebody gives you a car, or you find a very cheap car you can afford. Something. You're like, oh, I got a car, because you are aligned. That's why I'm saying the meditation. I keep doing it because you guys can have 2 or 3 kids, but clean house, clean that all that karma from your womb. Get rid of it. You know, look a little like Clinton to me sometimes. Like Clinton, American President Clinton. He looks a little like him sometimes.
Alex? No.
Like Clinton, like a young Clinton. Oh, you haven't seen the picture of young Clinton. He was very handsome.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't, but he's scary.
He's scary.
I find him to be scary, a scary man.
Well, no, he's a different soul. They have a little bit of a physical, but they're different souls. But Clinton does have a dark side, but it's not as dark as some other ones. He actually has a good heart in some ways. He wants to really help, but he's not allowed to. That's the people envy politicians, but they don't realize that you don't want it. It's someone they've captured him. So even though his heart wants to do the right thing, they won't let him. And because he has made agreements with them, they've given him some gifts in life. Now his soul is like entwined with them.
Like any famous person, right?
Not all of them. Some actually are still free. Very few, but most of them have been
The
captured.
restroom.
So that's it. So Clinton has a bit of a good heart, but they tell him what to do and he does it.
And captured by their egos as well, right?
And the ego and
First
his
of all.
dark forces.
Hmm.
The ego. And they always use the ego to get you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a bit more
Just
about
ask me
this.
more, because I
about-
don't know when I see you next.
About this artist thing that you're talking about. It sounds very intriguing, and with Karime, I think there was a very concrete advice, like looking at making a list of all sorts of
Yes.
options that there are there in that domain,
field.
that space. So what would it be? You said filmmaking. You said like some
Visual
visual arts. What can you give me a few examples,
Let
or
me see
like
if it's
explain a
fun,
little bit
because sometimes I
more?
don't get the full picture. I get like parts of it. But what I'm sensing is that you'll be very successful if you get into visual arts. Either as a filmmaker, as a writer, I'm even a writer, but visual writing. Visually, because every writer is different. Some give you feeling. You are very good at conveying what things look like through words. You can paint a picture with it. You could be like an artist, but the specific one, I don't know. When it comes to my, I'll let you know. But what I'm picking up right now is that any of those would be good, or all of them. Painting, filmmaking, just visual arts. You will become so successful so fast. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, how come this guy is so? Because that's your gift, and your mind disappears when you. Honestly, it's like that. You've learned that in the former life. That's what it is. Whatever technique one learned in the former life, it stays with you. You've learned to be able to see your mind through looking.
Do you want some pistachios?
Oh, please. You've learned to see your mind through looking. That's the technique you were taught. So now in this lifetime, you don't remember it, but it comes naturally. Whenever you look,
I've learned to see my mind through looking.
yeah. It's just natural for you. When you think about it, then you don't have it. Okay, look into my eye right now. Stop thinking. See? You can still look, but less thoughts. So when you pick a camera, you're drawing something, and you get to that state. But when you try to do it, it's a little more difficult. When you paint, it just happens naturally. Does that make sense?
Like from the state of presence.
Yeah. Now you're not thinking about it, it's just happening. When you want to do it in meditation, sometimes you miss it.
Yeah.
You should try. But through art, it just flows naturally.
When I put myself into a state of presence, I immediately notice, like, I don't know, 100 times more
Exactly.
details and the whole.
Because you're an eye man. You're an eye being. Does that make sense? You're like Shiva, like white Shiva. You're like a white shaman. Why did you cut your hair? Grow your hair back. Can you grow your hair? You're not bald, are you? Grow your hair back. You're a shaman. You're like a white. Every race has a shamans. You're a shaman. I don't know if I ever told you that. Shamans often make good artists, or musicians. You're a shaman. If I was you, or free would, grow your hair long. Shamans usually have their hair long. We're the rebels. They don't give a fuck what society say. We grow our hair long, we put on earrings. Some of us wear skirts. I don't. They don't give. It's like we go like the society, like Shiva. Shiva's I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever I want to do. That's you're like a shaman. So do your hair anyway. Do whatever you want to do. There's no need to have long hair and earrings. I'm just saying that we need to defy the natural stuff. If you're a shaman,
And you do defy authority and norm all the time.
you only have a little attachment,
Verbally.
like I said, to how things should be. What you think. Otherwise, you fly. You could fly deeper into the stars. You don't understand everything. It's an obsession. It's what I call your white side. Obsession with understanding. Deep down, you're a shaman. You're a Pleiadian shaman. You're dark. You're bluish and almost blue. But, soon hopefully, but it's still green. Some tints of yellow. But less and less yellow. Less and less yellow. More green, blue now.
And is that the 7 types? They're equal or they're a progression
What do you
towards purple?
Colors?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, progression.
The understanding.
What's
the mechanism?
It's okay. I mean, as long as
What's the mechanism of the color?
I mean, you can't help it, but it's not even like it's bad. It's the obsession that holds you. Just to do it naturally is fine, but
Yeah.
you don't know when to drop it. That's what I'm talking about. Just think about it and drop. Learn to think and drop things.
Okay.
I don't need to understand it, so I don't get it. Whatever, it's a mystery. We need to write it to come to stuff like. So you're a shaman, and you're also a shaman. That's strange. How can two shamans be together? That really happens.
Oh no!
And then we
What
read.
if one of us needs to go?
My
If we're
goodness,
both
that's like
shamans?
rare. Two shamans in a relationship, that's somebody needs to do the work. Who's gonna do the work? Who's gonna do the physical work?
We both do.
Well, usually shamans often draw a partner that's more
Grounded?
work.
I mean, in the mundane world.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you guys are both shamans. That means you have to soon hire people to be doing stuff for you. You might have to. The more you grow, you may not be able to do something like that. Are many things I'm very useless about, and I don't care. Because shamans are mystic. I know it sounds arrogant, but we're not really meant to do too much. Because our gift is to be more alert than everybody else, more connected. So oftentimes in ancient times, they would take care of us. But they knew that a shaman has to be about at least 60% more on the other side than here. That's what a shaman is. We are always 60% more than here. We're both because we embody. But energetically, we are often 60% more there than here. And the reason is because you are meant to be there all the time. Because you got to get the message. Or you got to, if anything's happening, you got to, you're the one watching everything. So, but in the modern times, because there's no system
for that,
gate
yeah.
for us, so we have to borrow. Once you get some money, start hiring helpers. Because you guys are going to need it as you grow deeper and deeper into your state. Because she's going to be more useless. She's going to be more useless. You just want to sit and talk and heal and, do your healing work. Somebody has to take care of the kids.
Someone needs to run the admin.
Yeah, the admin. Because you're two shamans. Usually it doesn't happen. Like, I've only had one shaman in a relationship, and I've been with many women. Should have recorded that. Might scare some people. Many women. Only 1 or 2 shamans. But they're not common. I mean, shaman women, there's a lot, but there are more non-shaman women. Out of every 100 women, maybe 1 is a shaman. Out of 100. So you are rare. Don't let it get to your head, though.
Oh, no. I don't think it would.
But you're rare. It's very rare. 1 out of 100 is a shaman. Most people are not.
1 out of 100 is not that rare.
Wow, are you kidding me? 100 people, 1 in there? That's like 0.1% of what is that?
It's very desired because there are not many.
There can be many because it's hard to do. It's a training there.
And how does it relate to the colors and to curandera, peace, and the...
Curandera is the Native American word for shamaness. They call them curandero, medicine
A
woman.
healer.
A healer, yeah, but they're really shamaness, whatever you want to call them. Female shamans.
So why am I a shaman then?
Because there are male shamans too.
But I'm not curandero.
Yeah, but your work, every curandero has their gifts. Every type. Like me, part of my gift is when I'm talking, I'm helping people to wake up just by talking. Part of my gift. Part of my gift, just natural, when I'm talking, people start feeling, they may not admit it, but they start feeling lighter. I feel lighter suddenly. When I touch them, because part of my energy is to uplift. It's just natural. I love people uplift, whatever I do. You're an artist. You do your shamanic work through visual. When you take pictures, it's so powerful. When you draw, when people look at that object, it will elevate their spirit.
How do you replenish as a shaman, either through this or through your work?
Meditation. You gotta meditate.
How do you replenish your energy? I mean, if you're uplifting people all the time, how do you replenish yourself?
By meditating. I plug it in all the time by being present. Whenever you're present, you're replenishing. It's like plugging yourself to the switch, to the outlet.
Because I feel very depleted.
Because you're not eating well. You're not eating well.
Food, you mean?
You're eating some stuff that your body doesn't want. I don't know what they are.
You think?
It's getting you making you tired.
What could it be?
I don't
I
know.
stopped eating all animals and all the things that I didn't like anymore.
The body needs a little more. I don't know. Oh, this one is hard to eat. I'm lazy. Oh, okay.
You need to work, Oluwa, for
No.
your pistachio.
What is that?
You need to work for the pistachio.
Is that?
That's the admin work.
Oh goodness! Somebody feed me, please. I'm a lazy shaman, man. If you want to see lazy people, go around shamans. It's not like lazy. It just means you're comfortable just sitting down. That's a shaman. You're okay with just sitting down, not doing anything.
Should I still be recording or?
No, you don't have to.
No.
If I have anything to say, I'll let you know.
Okay.